All right, let's talk about liver health. If you've spent any time on social media, your feed has probably been jammed with ads for liver detox juices, 5-day cleanses, and all these magic pills promising to wash your liver clean overnight. But what's the real science here? Today, we're going to cut through all that noise. So let's just get right to it. The big question you're probably wondering about. Can one of these super trendy juice cleanses you see everywhere actually fix your liver? Look, the short answer is a hard no. Honestly, it's just marketing, plain and simple. Think about it. If your lifestyle is full of fried foods and sugary drinks, is one little glass of juice or a detox powder really going to undo all the damage? No way. The reality is actually much more serious. And when I say serious, I mean it. In India, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD, is now found in 1 out of every 3 households. 1 in 3. And get this isn't just an older person's problem anymore. We're seeing young adults, people in their mid to late 20s, being diagnosed with some pretty advanced liver conditions. It's alarming. Okay, so to understand the solution, we first have to understand the problem. So let's get into the fascinating science of how your liver actually cleans itself, because I promise you, its natural ability is way more powerful than anything you can buy in a bottle. So let's just forget the marketing gimmicks and talk about what really works. Here are 7 science-backed food groups that give your liver the actual tools it needs to do its job properly. Think of these as your liver's best friends, its all-star team. Let's break down exactly how each one of these powerhouses helps support your liver's natural detox process. First up, we've got sulfur-rich vegetables. We're talking cabbage, cauliflower, radish, things that are often dismissed. But medically, they are vital. They provide the sulfur your liver needs to produce something called glutathione, which is often called the master antioxidant. No sulfur means no glutathione. And without glutathione, phase 2 detoxification just grinds to a halt. Okay, let's bust a huge myth right now. You've probably heard you should avoid egg yolks if you have a fatty liver. The truth is the complete opposite. Egg yolks are rich in something called choline, which is essential for creating these little transport vehicles that literally carry fat out of the liver. Without enough choline, that fat gets trapped, which only makes fatty liver disease worse. Next, turmeric. It's a staple for a reason. It contains a powerful compound called curcumin. Think of it like a healer or a bodyguard for your liver cells. It strengthens their protective lining and helps prevent fat from building up in the first place. But, and this is a big one, here's the catch with curcumin. On its own, your body's actually pretty terrible at absorbing it. Most of it just gets flushed out without ever doing its job. So, how do you unlock its power? The answer is food synergy. Just by adding a pinch of black pepper, which has piperine in it, you increase how much curcumin you can absorb by an incredible 2,000%. 2,000%! That simple pairing turns turmeric from just a mild spice into a really potent liver-supportive tool. Next up is garlic, which is so much more than a flavor enhancer. It's packed with sulfur compounds like allicin and the mineral selenium. These components basically act like a switch, activating the specific liver enzymes that are designed to break down and neutralize harmful stuff like heavy metals. Now that we know what helps, it's just as important, maybe even more important, to know what hurts. True liver health just isn't possible if you're still consuming these 4 enemies. For these, you really should have zero tolerance. So here are the 4 main culprits. Liquid fructose sugar, the stuff in sodas and packaged juices. Oils that have been reheated over and over again, refined carbohydrates like white flour, and binge drinking alcohol. Let's take a quick look at why they're so destructive. See, unlike glucose, which your whole body can use for energy, fructose is processed almost entirely by the liver. So when you flood it with liquid sugar from a soda, the liver gets overwhelmed. It has no choice but to convert that fructose directly into fat. That process is called de novo lipogenesis, and it's a primary driver of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And that oil you use for deep frying and then reuse, every single time you reheat it, toxic compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, are formed. These create a massive amount of stress in your liver cells and can actually cause the efficiency of your natural detox enzymes to just crash. So you see, it's not about a 5-day fix. The real path to healing your liver is about understanding the science and then making conscious daily choices. It's all about empowering yourself with this knowledge.
Ultimately, it really comes down to this powerful truth. What you choose to eat every single day is what decides your liver's fate. Will your cells move toward chronic inflammation, or are you going to give them the fuel they need for regeneration?
And while diet is your first line of defense, please, I have to be clear, do not ignore these emergency signs. If you experience persistent pain under your right ribs, an extreme and unexplained fatigue, or any yellowing of your skin or eyes, it is absolutely mandatory to see a specialist immediately. Your dietary discipline today directly determines your metabolic health tomorrow. It's not about being perfect. It's about the direction you're moving in. So the only question left is, what choice will you make for your liver, starting with your very next meal?